was given my first camera when I was 8 years old. I took pictures of everything, all of our animals, of my mom. I took it to school with me. I never thought that that's what I would do. But for the last 3 years, I have ran and operated a portrait photography studio in Redmond. So pretty, I love it. I love capturing exciting moments, whether it's an engagement or a wedding or a new baby. And being able to freeze those moments, it makes me feel really connected to my community. And the only time I've ever felt connected to my community in the past is when I'm out at Caldera.
How's dialysis today? It was pretty good. They get a lot off.
When I was 11 years old, my mom was diagnosed with kidney disease. And in about a year's span, she went from first being diagnosed to being stage 4. A number of times, doctors would tell us that my mom was dying. So my sister and I really talked a lot about preparing ourselves to not have a mom before we were even adults. And that is a very scary thought. When she was first diagnosed, she would sleep a lot. A lot of times I would come home from school and I'd crawl into bed with her and I would just talk to her about my day. Even though she was asleep and didn't hear me most of the time, it was still comforting. My mom was on full disability at that point, but that still wasn't really enough to buy our school clothes or for either of us to do anything fun with our friends on the weekend.
My kids were young. I mean, they were, I don't know, maybe 8 and 9. Too young to have a sick mom and no dad around, you know? And so camp became the thing. Oh my gosh, they went everywhere, you know? But Caldera for Olivia was game-changing.
Caldera is this beautiful artistic community where people come together and work things out and create in a way that the outside world doesn't often allow.
Olivia was a student here at Caldera and came, you know, fresh off the bus from Central Oregon, her wild red hair blowing in the breeze.
My relationship with Sister J. Ray developed over time. Her passion for photojournalism was so inspiring for me. And then she gave me a camera. She said, "How does that make you feel? Go take a picture of something that makes you feel the way you're feeling right now." So I go and I take pictures of the dead trees. But that's how I felt. I felt like I was a dead tree. And then at other points, I felt like I was that new life being born from this dead forest. I think Caldera is so unique because it brings children like I was to this beautiful place surrounded by these people who are really there to connect with you. Those years were really hard for me. And Sister J. Ray, I think she was the first person in my life that told me it was okay to be sad and to be angry about these things. She listened. She would bring in her published work. And I remember there was this one picture, and it was of a child walking down the empty, dark hallway in a hospital. And it made me think about all those times that I'd wandered around the hospital while my mom was in surgery, wondering is this it? And the fact that she was able to pull that emotion out of me made me realize that, like, that's the power of photography.
I just remember taking her on a hike to the meadow, and Wild Thing had been there sort of by herself, and her hair was full of flowers, and she had taken some of the dirt and sort of spread it across her face. And she's like, this is my place. This is where I belong. And she asked me to photograph her.
Chin up a little bit and turn your head this way. There you go, just like that.
So handsome.
Caldera has given me my passion, has given me a family, and I feel that I have these tools that I've learned, that I've been taught of how to cope with my feelings, how to express myself, how to communicate with people. And smile real big.
Caldera for Olivia was absolutely amazing. It's just like she finally found what made her heart happy.
I have this confidence now that I never had before.
You're doing a really good job, though.
It's a pretty remarkable moment as a mentor to see one of your students fly like that.
When I go home and I look through those images and I realize that I caught a smile or laughter or a look between a mother and her child, I feel like I did it. That mom's gonna be able to look back and have this beautiful portrait of her and her baby amongst the chaos, happy, united together. Every experience I've had with Caldera has made me feel even more secure in who I am and in my passion that has turned into my career.